If you want free Call of Duty points, click the link down in the description, install the app, and start earning yourself some free Call of Duty points today. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. Now, today's video is going to be a tip video, not necessarily a class setup, but more of a general tip video on how to get more kills in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, I've been playing a lot. I've been getting a ton of 80 kill games, 90 kill games, and stuff like that. So I think that I'm going to come on here and give you guys some tips on how to get more kills. Honestly, 100 plus kills in this game, I have yet to reach it, but I think it's not too hard to do once you master out the kill streaks and find the best kill streaks to use. And I think that's the biggest issue with how to get more kills in this game, is that a lot of the kill streaks are weak. So I've been testing all of them out, and I'm going to be giving you guys some best score streak setups, some other tips on how to get the most kills in Infinite Warfare. This gameplay here is 83 kills in just about 10 minutes, and I didn't even have my best score streak setup on. I was just sort of experimenting with it. So I do think 100 kills is definitely very doable, and I'm going to be giving you guys all the tips you guys need to know on how to get more kills in Infinite Warfare here today. First off, I'd like to say I'd appreciate if you guys could all drop a like on this video. 2,000 likes would be absolutely awesome. That's the goal I'd like to go for on all of my tip videos. If you guys could smash up 2,000 likes, that would be amazing. Also, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And in this video, I'm using the NV4, which is an absolutely crazy gun. This thing is the ACR of Infinite Warfare. This thing is like the honey badger from Ghost when you throw the silencer on it. You guys can see I do absolute work with these people, just absolutely melting them. And let's get right into the tips on how to get more kills in Infinite Warfare. Now, the first tip is going to be you're going to want to use the best kill streaks. Now, this kill streak setup I was using in this gameplay here was the Scorcher's Bombardment and then the Sentry Gun. This was actually my first game testing out the Sentry Gun, and my synopsis of that is the Sentry Gun is very weak. I was hoping it was going to be like a Black Ops 3 sort of Sentry Gun. If you guys remember me from Black Ops 3, I would always run that, and I would always get I got like 150 kills with the Sentry Gun on Nuketown. That thing was absolutely crazy. But in this game, what I've found as the best score streak setup is actually this, and it's the Scorchers, the Warden, and then the Thor. And I'm going to explain why, in my opinion, this is the best score streak setup for getting the most kills. Number one is the Scorchers. That thing is basically sort of like your lightning strike, I guess you could say. It's your strafe run that comes across, and that thing can get you quite a few kills if you line it up on the perfect spot, and it doesn't take that many points to get. That thing is definitely a very good kill streak for how many points it takes to get compared to the rest of the streaks in this game. The second one is going to be the Warden. Now, basically, the Warden, a lot of people don't know how it works, and that's why they don't get that many kills with it. This was definitely how I felt in the beta. The Warden is an escort drone. To get the most kills with that thing, you need to call the Warden in, and then you need to run to where the enemies are. You have to go ham in their spawn, because the Warden will be up above you, and the Warden will be killing them, you know, from the sky. It's basically like an escort drone. You can set it to assault mode, but I don't think it does very good on that. So what I recommend is just call in the Warden. Don't change the mode that it's in, because it'll automatically be escorting you or be in the mode where it follows you around, basically. And rush. You need to rush with the Warden up, and that thing will sort of cover your back, but you know, don't rely on it to cover your back. Most of the time it will just be getting you kills in the enemy spawn. And the third kill streak is the Thor. You guys have probably seen gameplay of it on my channel. I've been using it in a bunch of my gameplays. Basically what it is it's a mix between the Lodestar from Black Ops 2 and like an AC-130 from Modern Warfare 2. The thing is absolutely dominant. It's basically like the Lodestar, but you can also change the way it fires, which makes me think it's like the AC-130. Now, this kill streak would be the best thing I've ever seen in Call of Duty, except for the spawn protection in this game is crazy. Like, for the first, I think it's either 3 or 5 seconds that they spawn in, you can't kill them, and that you have to kind of keep that in mind when you're using the Warden. So, you know, you might see a juicy quad right in front of you, but they all just spawned in, and you might want to go and take the double kill off on the side, because shooting into that quad, you'll just get a hit marker because they all just spawned in. That's basically one complaint I have about the Thor. I guess that's, you know, they seem to be sort of nerfing pub stompers this year. You can still do really, really good in this game. I almost have like a 3 KD in this game, so that's pretty good for the first, you know, weekend. But like I said, you guys got to watch out for that. And with the Thor, you can definitely rain down on people. Now, those are the kill streaks that you want to use. When playing with these kill streaks, you want to play for your streaks. You want to use things that are going to help you get your kill streaks. And what I mean by that is you want to use things such as Combat Focus and Hardline. Those are probably the two main things. Is a really good combat rig, or it's under the first combat rig, the Warfighter, the Combat Focus. That will really help you get your score streaks. But the most important thing is Hardline. You need Hardline every single time. you're going to try to get most kills. The reason why is Hardline gives you 25 extra points per kill every single time, which means even for like your Scorchers, that's going to take you 2 less kills, which is so important. And for your Thor, that could take you like 3 to 4 less kills. So it's definitely super important. Hardline is in domination, the points per kill is 75, which is super duper low. Domination has been 100 every single year. This year it's 75, and that's why you really need to run Hardline, because that brings it up from 75 to 100. And in the game mode I'm playing right here, which is Defender, which is a pretty good game mode. Defender is probably the best game mode for the most kills, for the simple fact that it's 100 points for every kill. Plus, then you have Hardline, which makes it 125 points, which is absolutely ridiculous. You're going to be in your kill streak so fast, and that's what I recommend using Hardline every single time. Combat Focus is sort of an option. It can help you with getting the streaks, but it's not required. But the main thing is you need to run Hardline on every class when you're going for the most kills. Now, as far as game mode, what's the best game mode to play? In my opinion, it's going to be Ground War, because in Ground War, it's a 9v9. There's 3 more people to kill in the enemy team than there will be in a normal 6v6. Now, in Ground War, some of the game modes do suck. Frontline and Team Deathmatch, you're not going to get many kills in those no matter how good you do. So I recommend sticking to and trying to get Defender and Domination. Now those are the 2 best game modes. You want to be able to get those into Ground War. This gameplay is obviously Defender on Ground War, and like I said, those ones are either 100 points per kill or 75 points per kill in Domination. That's the way I've been getting all these 80 and 90 kill games, and that's the best way to do it. Now one thing about Ground War is they have amazing maps. Look at this map. This map Throwback is sort of like Infinity Ward's version of Nuketown, and this thing is in Ground War, which means it's super duper hectic, and it's absolutely crazy and a lot of fun. And I'm really props for the maps they put in Ground War. I wish they didn't put Frontline in their Team Deathmatch, but it's all good because we get to play Defender and we also get to play Domination in Ground War, which is absolutely awesome. Now one thing about Ground War is when you're searching for the match, on the side it doesn't say what game mode you're going to be playing, so you need to pay attention to the little logo beside the map. Now the logo with the ball, that's obviously going to be Defender, so you want to vote for that map. And the logo with 3 different squares, those are the 3 Domination flags, and that one means Domination. You want to vote for those instead of Team Deathmatch and Frontline, which show like skulls. You'll know when you start playing a lot of Ground War. Next thing is going to be your weapon and your sort of play style. Now as far as your weapon, I recommend picking the best weapon, the one you're most comfortable with. In this game, Ground War is so hectic, it's not like you have to run an SMG. You can run an assault rifle, you can run an SMG, but you want to be running a weapon that's probably your best weapon or the one you're comfortable with, and I would recommend running a silencer on that weapon. A silencer, and definitely maybe even Ghost, those help you get up to your kill streaks. Definitely the silencer has been very useful this first weekend for me and got me up on a lot of kill streaks. It seems like when you're using a silencer, if the enemies don't have pinpoint, when you're shooting at them from behind, sometimes they literally don't even notice, because the silencer, the sound it makes, not even just showing up on the radar, but the sound it makes is so muffled they can barely even notice, and that's why I recommend running that. Now as far as your play style, you want to play rush happy. You want to play rushing. You can't sit back and camp and get 100 plus kills in this game. The kill streaks aren't that good. What I recommend for as a playstyle is you want to rush, and then when you realize you're 3 kills off or maybe 2 kills off your Scorchers, start playing for the kill streaks. That's how I would play it. Rush your ass off, and then when you get close to the kill streaks, play for the kill streaks, because you can't just, this game isn't a Modern Warfare 2. You can't just sit back and camp and hope you get your Harrier strike and end up with 150 kills at the end of the game. You have to actually rush, play happy up in their spawn, and then be able to use those score streaks as they come into play. The next tip I would give you guys is playing with friends. I wouldn't recommend playing with a full party of friends, because then you're just literally fighting over kills, and that's a big issue. When I play with a bunch of my friends, sometimes the enemies, pretty much all the time, the enemies rage quit, and then we're just fighting over the last 4 people in the game for kills. What I recommend is playing with 1 or 2 friends. This is usually the best way to level up, the best way to get more kills, the best way to get more score, because with 1 or 2 friends, you can basically guarantee you're going to win the game. If those friends are good, and your teammates aren't complete ass, you can guarantee you're going to win the game. And you can also basically, with 1 to 2 friends, have a bunch of kills to go for, and that's basically why I recommend it. The best is probably just to play with 1 friend, but 2 friends works just as well, and that's definitely what I would recommend. Those are all my tips on how to get 100 plus kills, or how to get more kills in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Definitely you need to listen and use these tips, because this game is kind of hard if you don't know what score streaks are the best. I see a lot of people running like a score streak like the Vulture. I've tried that one out, and it really hasn't gotten me any kills. kills. It's got me the most time. It was like 2 kills. If the vulture has been going off for you guys, let me know in the comment section down below, because one of my friends said it was working good for him, but it hasn't been for me. When I get the vulture, I usually just turn it to radar mode. It's basically like a portable radar that follows you around. That thing is going to be very, very good for going for nukes, to be honest, and that's probably what I'm going to be running, you know, for going for nukes or going for nuclears or stuff like that. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'll leave you guys with the rest of the gameplay. It's about to end here, but I end up getting, I think, 83 kills, which is pretty good considering my sentry gun streak did really nothing. If I had had it on the Warden there, this could have been 100 plus pretty easily. My mistake, you know, I was just testing out the different kill streaks here. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to drop a like on this thing. 2,000 likes would be absolutely awesome. Subscribe for a cookie and don't lookie, and I'm out. Peace.